In 1930, the world witnessed the beginning of something extraordinary. Football was already loved by millions, but there was no global tournament to determine the best national team on earth. The International Federation of Association Football, known as FIFA, decided to create a competition unlike anything the world had ever seen. The host nation would be Uruguay, a small South American country with a huge passion for football. At that time, international travel was difficult. Many teams crossed the Atlantic Ocean by ship, spending weeks at sea just to participate. Despite the challenges, 13 nations answered the call. No one knew it then, but history was being made. The FIFA World Cup had begun. The first FIFA World Cup kicked off in Uruguay in July 1930. Fans filled the stadiums with excitement and national pride. Every match brought unforgettable moments as countries competed for football's greatest prize. The final was a fierce battle between Uruguay and Argentina. The atmosphere was electric. Thousands of fans watched as the two rivals fought for glory. When the final whistle blew, Uruguay emerged victorious with a 4-2 win. The nation celebrated like never before. Uruguay became the first FIFA World Cup champion, and a new chapter in sports history was written forever. The success of the first tournament inspired more nations to join the World Cup. Italy hosted the tournament in 1934 and won the championship. 4 years later, France hosted the 1938 edition, and Italy defended its title. Then the world changed. World War II brought devastation across continents. The World Cups scheduled for 1942 and 1946 were cancelled. For 12 long years, the world's greatest football competition disappeared. Finally, in 1950, the World Cup returned in Brazil. Fans once again gathered to celebrate the beautiful game, proving that football could unite people even after the darkest times.
As the World Cup grew, one nation began to dominate the world's biggest stage. Brazil transformed football into an art form. Their style was fast, creative, and beautiful to watch. Millions of fans around the world fell in love with the Brazilian way of playing. After years of heartbreak, Brazil finally lifted its first World Cup trophy in 1958. It was only the beginning. The nation would go on to win again and again, becoming one of the most successful teams in football history. From crowded city streets to sandy beaches, football became part of Brazil's identity. The world was witnessing the birth of a football superpower. Among the stars of Brazil, one young player stood above them all. His name was Pelé. At just 17 years old, Pelé amazed the world with incredible skill, speed, and confidence. He scored spectacular goals and played with a maturity far beyond his age. Pelé helped Brazil win the World Cup in 1958, again in 1962, and once more in 1970. No player had ever achieved such greatness on football's biggest stage. For millions of fans, Pelé became more than a footballer. He became a global icon, inspiring generations of young players to chase their dreams. The king of football had arrived. As the decades passed, new legends emerged from every corner of the world. Players brought different styles, different personalities, and unforgettable moments. Some dazzled with skill, others led with intelligence and determination. The World Cup became the stage where heroes were born and history was written. Every generation had its icons. Every tournament created new memories. From breathtaking goals to dramatic comebacks, football continued to capture the hearts of billions. The beautiful game had become a truly global phenomenon. In 1986, the football world witnessed one of the most remarkable individual performances in history. Argentina was led by a brilliant captain named Diego Maradona. During the tournament, Maradona produced moments that are still discussed today. In one match, he scored a controversial goal that became known as the Hand of God. Just minutes later, he dribbled past multiple defenders and scored what many consider the greatest goal ever scored in a World Cup. Inspired by their captain, Argentina marched to the final and lifted the trophy. Maradona's legacy became eternal, and the 1986 World Cup became one of football's most unforgettable stories. As technology advanced, the World Cup reached new heights. Matches were broadcast live across the globe, allowing billions of people to experience the excitement together. New champions emerged. New stars captured the spotlight. Every tournament delivered drama, emotion, and unforgettable moments. Modern stadiums, advanced training methods, and worldwide media coverage transformed football into the planet's most watched sport. The World Cup was no longer just a tournament. It had become a global celebration that united nations, cultures, and generations.
For many years, Lionel Messi was considered one of the greatest players of all time. Yet one achievement remained missing from his legendary career: the FIFA World Cup. In 2022, that dream finally came within reach. Argentina fought through intense battles, overcoming every challenge on the road to the final. The championship match delivered drama, tension, and unforgettable emotions. Millions watched as Messi led his nation with courage and determination. When the final whistle blew, Argentina stood at the top of the world. At last, Lionel Messi lifted the World Cup trophy. It was a moment that football fans will remember forever. From 13 teams in 1930 to a worldwide spectacle watched by billions, the FIFA World Cup has come a long way. For nearly a century, it has created legends, united nations, and inspired countless dreams. Every 4 years, the world stops to celebrate the beautiful game. Young players imagine themselves scoring the winning goal. Fans dream of seeing their country become champion. The story of the World Cup is not just about football. It is a story of passion, hope, determination, and human achievement. And as new generations prepare to write the next chapter, one thing is certain: the greatest football story ever told is still being written. This is the FIFA World Cup.